Let's get this shit show started. Oh, so I started this last night, and seems to be going pretty smooth, but based on some of the things I've been collecting so far, I'm going to get very irritated with it, I think. So let's see. I don't think I need to keep doing this because I'm pretty sure I have petrified trees. Can I make cobblestone? Booyah. It's unfortunate. Let's go get some more plants. Can I make an axe? It works. Grow, my little tree. That's actually neat. I never noticed that worked like that before. Basically, pop a squat. Pop a squat to make a tree. Fertilize a tree, make a tree grow. How do I make a crook? Yeah, what? Let's make a bunch of these. Of that. Pow. I cannot remember what the crook is supposed to do. I was literally just looking at it. I want to say it gives me more saplings, but pretty much anything I can get from this right now is probably better than nothing. Yeah, that'll work. Bash this all the way to the branches. I really want to bash the shit out of this crook, getting dirt plants, which I guess the answer is yes, because I'm assuming wood is not going to be hard to come by. It really is making me nervous. Well, it kind of is making me nervous that I can't make coal yet. And I'm really concerned shit is going to start spawning. You know what? I'm going to leave that. Put this here. Go indoors. I can't make a bed yet. But I could probably make a sword. Excellent. I don't need the advancement book because I can just do that. Let's put some shit down here. The crook. This is probably fine. Let's check out what this dirt essence is good for. Making dirt amber, and to make a clay sapling. Huh. Yeah, fuck it. I'll have to give me another one. Whoops. Yeah, make 3 of these. I've got dirt for days, so I think clay might be important to making coal. But it's possible I've got to use the stone to make some kind of a crucible or something to burn something in. I don't know. Like I said, I've never played this before, at least that I can remember. What's up? Legends come to join us. I like the name. Do you live up to the hype? No? Fake it till you make it. Did you play this before, Legend? That's broken, so yeet. What the you son of a bitch. I've seen the problem with building my door so close. Apparently we're getting some weird weather here. We had a beauty thunderstorm. Friday night? Why are these mingled together? Probably because I didn't clear them out. More rain. It really wants to be spring here, and I'm ecstatic about that. Because we're like hobbits here. I want to grow some shit. I don't mean Minecraft wise. Veggies and whatnot. I will tell you, COVID. Typically stuff like this, I solemnly swear will never change me. But I've had some other life changes, so to speak. Hurdles, I guess you'd call them. It's really made me take a look at, you know, what motivates me and what do I want out of life in general. And one of the things that I want... How did I put that in my hand? One of the things that I want is to be able to do things in a simple way. And I got into sourdough. Yes, I'm one of those. And it really got me thinking, like, where does stuff come from? You know, like how did we get to champagne? I know there's probably easy to find a story somewhere, and most people could probably guess it best, you know, based on bits and pieces of information. But like, I find it hard to believe that troglodytes basically pounded wheat or rye or something until it became a powder, and then somehow managed to figure out that it was gonna, if I mixed it with water, that I could make bread out of it. And they wouldn't have had yeast, so they would have been making like a sourdough style. And then later somebody had to examine this little microbe that did all of the work and say, hey, I think we can make this better. But I honestly, like, could I have been one of those people? Could you have been one of those people? I don't know. I consider myself to be somewhat curious and scientific, but I mean, I'm no Tesla or why am I drawing a blanket like the next big name scientist? I don't know, Einstein. I hate the math. I really hate the math. I want other things to crunch the numbers for me, and I'll just be the idea guy, you know? Hey, I got a feeling about this. So what if we equate these two things together, and what happens? You know, I'm not going to figure it out on my own, okay? I don't have that kind of time. But if an expert could turn to me and say, oh, well, you know, it's interesting. I don't know why anybody would want to do that, but yeah, this would go down and this would go up and everything, and then I can make another inference based on that. Like, it's really an engineering take on it, in my opinion. How can we actually use science and the advanced stuff to do stuff? So yeah, I got into sourdough, and from that, I'm probably going to get into brewing. And I want to do it basically from nothing. I'm basically going to start with flour or some fruit. Something that costs less than $5 at a grocery store, and I'm going to try and actually turn it into something that would be worth a whole lot more, and you know, enjoy it myself, and take pride in it, to be honest. Let's see, I got 2 rows of petrified and a clay and some dirt. What's next? I want to make a bunch of stone. Can I make a ton of cobblestone? I can make 3. This process sucks. Let's start squatting. Squat, 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 squat. Oh, I can't reach. Squat, 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 squat. Are you going up that way? Squat, squat, squat. Oh yeah, squat, 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 squat. Squat, 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 squat. Come on, give me trees! Pooping up a storm here. Trees! I still think the whole squatting thing, making fertilizer, I mean, it was the use of a pretty common mechanic, but I like to think that it has to do with fertilizer. And y'all know what I mean when I say fertilizer. Though, apparently you can also do it by running. That I don't understand. Yeet! Hey! Hey, it's like real life. Doesn't work anymore? Throw it away. Bit sad that that's how things work. I am not one to jump on the recycling wagon. I think recycling fundamentally, um, in its spirit is important. But I think how we're currently approaching it is kind of stupid. you know, it, you put stuff in a bag and you're trusting somebody else to reuse the materials or something like that. 9 times out of 10, what they're using it for is basically as energy, or whatever the next tier down material is. That obviously most food grade stuff can't be reused to make food grade containers. So, they'll turn it into plastic bags, and then once they're plastic bags, they're useless. Or actually, we're getting rid of single-use plastic here, so plastic bags isn't even a thing anymore. We're going to turn it into building materials. Like, we actually considered buying the decking for our deck, as basically they call it engineered or whatever, but it's basically plastic. It's sawn up, ground up, compressed, glued, vulcanized, whatever term you want to use, plastic, and it's perfectly acceptable. It's a deck. I think here we have the type of climate that could support something like that. But if you're in like California or down in Mexico or someplace like that, it'd get far too hot. You'd start questioning the sturdiness of anything that you made out of it. And as a construction material goes, you couldn't use it for much more than finishing. That's a very good point, Legend. Very good point. The paper straw thing, I liked it at first. Used them at restaurants and stuff like that. And I said, you know what, this could work. And yeah, I guess. But then I saw them using paper bags at the grocery store instead of plastic. And I thought to myself, we're just drastically increasing our paper consumption now. And there have already been concerns about deforestation and everything else. So where does this get us? And I'm like, at least the paper you could maybe compost it. I think after you make paper bags out of it, though, they've treated it with stuff and maybe all the good is gone out of it. But yeah, I mean, I honestly think that old Coke bottles as like a finishing material, that's kind of where it's at. Like, you can color it. You can melt it and make it into some kind of homogeneous material, and then maybe add a small chemical to it to get it to harden again. Or maybe it's just a heating and cooling thing. Most of these plastics, though, no, I wouldn't recycle a paper bag, but I switched because obviously plastic bags are not an option here anymore. I would switch from using a plastic bag to put all my paper recycling in to a paper bag. But damned if I don't have a stack of 15 or 20 paper bags just waiting to get used. And I'm not actually sure what you would recycle a paper bag into anyway. More paper bags? I mean, it is a bag fiber, and as long as it's clean, you can just soak it and return it to its fiber form again, and then reuse it to make another paper. You'd probably have to make it thicker, maybe. You could make... I have a green bin. Oh, yeah, I got tons of those. Fabric? You mean like a grocery bag? Or do you mean like a recycling... Like paper recycling or compost? A fabric, you must mean a grocery bag, right? must be some there must be some kick-ass lag on this stream. Yeah, yeah. No, we got tons of them. But I tell you, those things, they cost like $1.50 or $2. You know, I don't know what it is. And I think we pretty much have them all. I'm the lazy guy that doesn't keep them in the car, so I go to the store and I'm like, oh, shit, I don't have bags. I'll take 2 of those. And I just buy 2 more. So luckily we have about less than 20 here. But I also realized that I think we've maybe destroyed 2 since this whole thing started about 1.5 years ago. So I actually think we're not doing too bad. But I think that was a good move. I mean, we use them for everything. Like if we're going someplace and we got a bunch of loose stuff, I mean, I'm not going to pack a duffel bag. I just toss it in one of these canvas bags and go. And then if I leave it behind, I don't care. Someone else will get some use out of it. But I mean, even the material that the canvas bags are made out of, and I'm talking about like real canvas, not the, well, it's probably another version of plastic or cellulose or whatever. I don't think you could turn that into something else. I think that's a one-time thing. That fiber is spent. You could probably combust it, and because it's possibly plant-based, that might make some sense. But I don't know, I was fascinated with making building materials out of the stuff. Because like when I saw my first Adirondack chair or like a park bench, just made out of like a very wonky looking green plastic, I said, you know what? There's something here. There really is. Like, what else can you make out of this weird, you know, old Coke bottle thing? We're going to see a resurgence or a return to glass. I guarantee you. I would love to be able to go to the store and buy a Coke in a glass bottle again. Yeah, I'm dating myself. It's just something about drinking Coca-Cola Classic out of a glass fucking bottle. It just feels good. I feel like, I don't know if there's any truth to it. I feel like it's gassier. Like it plastic just didn't get it done. And I'm still not convinced that it isn't poisoning you anyway. Not that I'm running around with a tinfoil hat on. So do you play this, Legends? What has brought you here? Game's so pathetic. I really am paranoid that shit is going to start spawning here, though. You doing something else while you watch this, or are you just like half listening? I have these things on 24/7. Let's do one of these. Is this a thing? Okay, what do I do with this? What can I do with a cauldron? And what is this matter value? 7.0 kilo something. So I can burn what? Oh shit! I can make charcoal, right? I wanted that for chest. That's a chest next to my basin. I want my bed here. I'm probably gonna move that. Fuck it. Okay. Does this work? Oh, buddy, torches for days. Okay. Let there be light. Cauldron. You're next. But I think I need a fire source or something underneath here. Does that... Can I put it on top of a furnace? No. Do I want to raise the cauldron up? That would be stupid. Yes. Gonna need... Oh, buddy. That feels good. Alright, so let's go nuts with these. Just for symmetry. Oh. So I think that's what you do with that. Let's get this place lit up a bit more. Pick that torch up. Okay. Just give me 2 seconds, Legend. I'll be right back. Having trees all the way to here is going to be a bit of a hassle. Should probably create some more platform. I kind of want to go in this direction. One, two, three, four. So I don't want anything there. I don't know if you're paying attention. Do you play Minecraft at all, Legend? You must. I don't know whose weird ass curiosity is gonna draw them to this if they don't know anything about it. You gotta know something, right? Oh, did I fuck this up? I did too. Okay. I just can't wait until I fall off of this for the first time. What lag? There has to be a way to get below this level, right? I mean, I've never... Like, I'm stuck here just making this gigantic platform. At some point, I could build downwards, right? One, two, three, four. Make some more dirt. Sure. I'm gonna make a bed. How do I make a bed if I don't have wool? Is the recipe something else, I wonder? So I have a cauldron that I don't know what I can do with. Don't think I'll be making that. Oh, did I jump? I jumped. Oh, can I make... Nice. I'm gonna need that for something. I didn't know you could make these out of wood. Whoops. What other stuff? Bone, gravel, cotton. Aha, that's where I get a bed. Clay to obtain unfired, and then a clay bucket. And then toast a few acorns. I don't have any acorns. Can I toast these? Apparently. Find out what that turns into. I'm gonna need more rain. Ton of this. I can make barrel, right? Is that a thing? Ooh, a brewing barrel. Sign me up. So a cauldron, 2 pressure plates, and oak planks. This is used to make a metal drum, which serves no purpose. I want to surround this house with platforms. So let's get stupid. One, two. And I'm probably gonna have trees on most of them. At least until I find something better. From what I've seen so far, processes improve over time, so I might be growing trees from scratch right here, but eventually give me another way to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip. They gave me a building wand, which I think would greatly simplify this process, but I don't know how to use it. I mean, I know how to use the crafting wand in creative mode. This thing doesn't appear to work that way. No! Oh no, I got it back. What it took me to get that torch. It really breaks my immersion to look down and see the moon. Clouds are fancy though. Been trying to follow the news. Pretty terrible at it. Turns out, I don't care much about what's going on. I really should pay more attention to it. It's important stuff, I think. So I'm told. Though I will tell you, when this COVID thing came down, that surprised the hell out of me. I'm just like, what kind of weird shit are we into now? But apparently a lot of people care about it. So I paid attention. I'm not scared of it. I do know what the potential of it is. It's, you know, could turn into something that we don't have a treatment for. And now I'm concerned about it. You know what I mean? People were doing their tinfoil hat thing, saying that somebody cooked it up. And I'm like, maybe? I don't know if they would have did that maliciously. Seems kind of stupid. Like nuclear weapons. Yeah, we'll get them. We'll blow them up. Destroy the earth while you're doing it, you dumbass. Let's just hope that no one nihilistic ever gets their hands on it. Because they're just like, watch this mother burn, and then just fire away. Joker style. Yeah, I would never want to throw the match on that. I like living too much. I mean, I really like living. Though, as it turns out, I'm a pretty horrible human being. Not out of malice, just my general give a shit factor is so friggin' low. And I think most people are out, you know, for their own interests. I don't think it's super difficult to believe that. Most people, for the most part, are self-motivated. I find the Mother Teresa types, you know, interesting, but few and far between. I find my there's far too many people out there with too much stuff. And I'm not saying this from like, I want their stuff, or I want to have as much stuff as them. I don't. I could care less. So, I use the, what would you do if you got $1 million? I'd throw a lot of it into cancer research for personal reasons, but what the hell am I gonna do with $1 million? Blow it on a car. Buy a gigantic house. Both of those things will cost you a fortune in the long run. So, yeah, say you spend $250,000 on one or the other. You're probably going to spend $250,000 on it before you're done with it, just in repairs and shit. I mean, it's just a massive, massive waste of money. What would I do if I had $1 million? I'd probably donate a bunch of it. Start some kind of a fund, like a holding company. But all the holding company would do is basically run a bunch of charities. Not charities. Scholarship funds. Like, just basically the entire company would just be investing the money to keep the money growing, and with whatever the surplus was, so that you don't hurt your principal, like your starting million, you'd want to maintain that, for the most part. But you invested in something that, every quarter you make 50 grand. Sounds like you could probably make a $50,000 scholarship out of that. And I mean, the thing basically pays for itself. It would be impacted by economics and whatnot, but every financial genius knows how to navigate that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's kind of what I would do with it. I would want to live for free. If there was a way that I could invest it in such a way that I could just do the things that I wanted to do, like brew beer or hang out with my friends or something like that, I would definitely do that. And I mean, I wouldn't need to spend a lot of money. It's not like I would throw huge parties or anything like that. That's why I don't understand. Like, it seems a terrible thing to say. I come from means. Or at least I feel like I'm on the upper side of where I came up. I mean, I don't understand what I don't truly understand what poverty is. But I know a lot of people do. So I couldn't possibly share their point of view on things, but I'm very curious. Why didn't that give me... Do I need dirt ones? I can't really share their true understanding, not their point of... Well, their point of view too, I guess. But I'll never truly understand. Do you know what I mean? And, I wish I did. I would hate to learn it firsthand. Given that I know what I'd miss. But I mean, I don't really have any huge ideas. Like I said, I don't need the boat, the car, the ridiculous things that people spend their friggin' money on. But not understanding their mentality. Someone who comes from a rough upbringing. Well, not rough. See, rough. They're not abused. They just never had a whole lot of money. That's what I want to focus on here. When they finally find a way to obtain that money, I mean, what do they do with it? I mean, the ones you hear about in the news, they waste it all. Like, how much trash from wherever win the lottery and that within a year they're broke? Like, how do you do that? I couldn't. I'd be sick to my stomach. Like, absolutely disgusting. Need to make more of these. Let's do this. Throw in another one of these. Some more of that. And... oh, genius. How do I make a hopper? I bet you I need like iron bars and shit. Nope. Yep, classic recipe. So, iron bars and any type of metallic wood, or a chest, which oddly enough the wood makes 4 planks. 4 planks make the chest. The math is sound, folks. The math is sound. But yeah, I couldn't see you would think that people coming from a poverty background would respect money more. I just don't understand why they don't. So many of them don't. It's all about fast cars. Can I eat this thing? Is this food? Yes. Why would I want to eat that? What can I use this for? Acorn. Wow. You can eat it, or you can get whatever FE is. I have no idea. Into the chest you go. Wasting my inventory space. Light up the rest of this place. I'm not sure how I got 64. Did I make a full 8? I must have. There. There. This is dangerous. Oops. Continue on. More dirt. I want to leave... I want to leave something behind. I think it's important that you leave something behind. Whether it's a child, either your own or adoption, I guess. It's sort of an indirect legacy, but someone should remember you. If a lot of people remember you, that's good too. But for the right reasons. Like a legacy that's not tarnished. Don't think I've harvested any of those yet, so they're next. I need 1 more wood. That could be useful later. Wish I had the mod that automatically replaced broken stuff. But we apparently... This probably doesn't do any damage. Yeah. Yeet! Yeet! I think it's funny that it was actually that topic that got me onto recycling to begin with. I think you can repair the axes, I just don't know how. Kinda clueless. I need a crook. So, Crook does give you more saplings. Or am I just wasting resources on this? Whereabouts you from, legend? Take your time. I'd say I got all night, but Jesus, I was so tired. Last night, I think at one point I was like facing a wall and I ended up putting a bunch of stuff down on the ground that I hadn't intended. Oh, it was a disaster. I mean, even more so than normal. As soon as I figure out whatever the end game is in this, though, I'm sure I'll feel. I think the operative word here is factory. There's going to be a lot of automation. I thought it was some kind of a metaphor, but I think it's literal. Like, you literally have to automate things. Like, the number of components that I need and the number of trees that I've cut down already just to make the few things that I've needed to make. This is going to get tedious quick. Not that I mind tedium. Just doesn't make good viewing. Unless it's me getting frustrated about something. There'll be plenty of that too. I have a short fuse. I'm going to put another crafting station out here. I'm far enough away that it's annoying having to come back. And voila. Beat those trees. Give me your seedlings. Well, I smash your reproductive organ. Actually, it's not your reproductive organ. The leaves would be like their mouth, I guess. I got all the volume turned down. I know you can hear the sound effects probably, but I do have some music kind of playing in the background. I'm not even sure if you can hear that or not. This is kind of a half-assed operation. One thing I did notice, because I kind of shoved this up on YouTube, for several reasons, but one of the primary ones is that because I'm not a partner anywhere, probably never will be, Twitch basically deletes the information. So I've got maybe 30 or 60 days, and then the videos start getting deleted. So just so that I don't lose that, I kind of export to whatever's available, and YouTube is basically where my stuff ends up. So I get to roll around in that quagmire. As it turns out, there is a large number of bots, 2 or 3 in particular, that have the annoying habit of flagging everything as copyright information. Might as well make these symmetrical. With copyrighted information that isn't actually there. So there's a song called Wet Hands. That's part of the Minecraft soundtrack. And apparently in somewhere in like Finland or Norway or Europe or something, it's been monetized. So people pay money to be able to use that song. The downside is I'm gonna have to kind of do something like that. Yeah, it throws everything off by one, I know. I feel it. But we'll get over it. This is the guy. So they've taken it upon themselves to basically flag everything that is marked as Minecraft as having wet hands in it. They just arbitrarily pick a section of your video and flag it as copyrighted material. And what happens is that I think they own the rights to it or something. I find it hard to believe that it's just straight up malicious. But they own the material, so they basically get whatever ad revenue that you're getting off. I don't, because again, I'm nobody. But it does, chat my ass that this person is trying to do this, or these people are trying to do this. And as it turns out, all you got to do is contest it, dispute it. They're not going to try and enforce their claim or whatever, and that basically undoes their copyright snatch. At least until you decide to, unless they re-enable it or whatever, or until 30 days expires, and then it just disappears. But there's nothing stopping them from making yet another copyright claim on the video for a different section of it. But the part that bothered me is that the part that they had flagged as having whatever song this is in it didn't have this song in it. I actually had the volume for the game muted. I was so pissed. I was after muting sections of videos and clipping out sections of videos just to get away from the claims until I started reading about it. But anyway, there's probably people out there who are getting screwed by this, who actually have something to lose. I just find that irritating. So very irritating. Just a bunch of anarchists. I'm going to do something with clay. I'm going to make a bucket. No. Oh, this is not clay. It's not clay. That is not what you make. You make this. I can make lots of this. Yes. Do I want to do this? I don't think I want to do this. I want at least one. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm assuming I have to fire it in here. But I'd want 8 of them. Or it's kind of just a waste. Yeah, I could have got away with some planks. So that gets me the chief. Or should have. So I need to know how to make these in order to advance. So a bone and a gravel. Bone. Bone seedling. gravel in a cauldron with water makes bone meal. Dirt makes mud and bone meal. The fuck? How? Oh. Wow. This is killing me. Okay. What is that used for? I need one more dirt. Did I just stick a fucking torch to the wall? What a nuisance. Well, apparently I'm gonna need a lot of dirt. Wonder how big this platform is gonna get before I start trying to build upwards instead. I can imagine these get pretty big. The mini map is kind of funny. Very excited about the election results in the U.S. Been very irritated with the craziness. I mean, do I think Trump was nuts? No. I think he's idealistic. I think he's old enough to be senile. You know, I know nothing. So anything is a possibility. But did the U.S. need a little enema as far as politics go? Yeah, I think so. Do they have wackadoodles down there that think that the sun shone out of his ass? I guess. But the majority of those people are... I don't know. I honestly, I don't know what I could say there that would make me any less of a tool than what I'd be trying to describe. You know what I mean? God. I just watched some of the interviews with people at the rallies, and I'm like, that stuff is edited. I mean, you're obviously going to run into the, are you a Trump supporter? Yes, and I have a 183 IQ. Things are whatever, and I have some reasons, and, you know, but what they do, like, okay, I gotta give this some context. I come from the east coast of Canada, and at some point, I came from a place where fishing was the primary industry. Needless to say, there has been not an insignificant amount of controversy over fishing rights and whatnot, as people's livelihoods have been affected by some of the decisions that have been made throughout the years. So more often than not, whenever the government would try and dictate limits on what people had been doing for decades, generations even, uh, of their own volition, they got noticeably upset to the point where they were creating like the equivalent of picket lines to protest and burning garbage cans and everything. So needless to say, this was definitely newsworthy. So the reporters, in their infinite wisdom, would head down to the equivalent of the Trump rally. I don't know how many years ago, and uh, they would talk to the guy in the suit. They would talk to the guy in, you know, not necessarily uh, cheap clothing, but like just well dressed, but nothing to really write home about, but not really like oozing with wealth of any kind. And then they would say, well, now we need something that we're actually going to put on the news, and they would immediately turn to the left and grab the first Yahoo in a fucking sou'wester or is missing his front teeth with the thickest accent you could possibly think of and start asking him how he feels about the matter. And the ignorance would just fly out of their mouth, into the microphone. And then, they get the video of this and they put it on the news and everything. And it was just, why? Why do they find the most uneducated sounding people and ask their opinion on things? Is it good entertainment? You friggin' right it is. But at the time that they were doing it, there was no internet. Right? And I mean, people knew the wiser. People were the wiser for it. They said, yeah, that's what they do. But I mean, how far is that little piece of news going to go? As far as they could say it. Because I mean, the best thing you could do about mass media, the best thing you could do for mass media was a fucking newspaper. Anyway, I just think it's fun. These guys, these satirist, liberal, I don't know what you would want to call them. I don't want to get, well, that almost ended there. Don't want to get into the quagmire of that nonsense, but yeah, they just find the most uneducated people at these rallies and make everybody sound like a raving bunch of lunatics. And it works. Because what do you know? You weren't at the rally. I like to think that that's the truth, that the average IQ of all of it sums up to whatever this Yahoo is saying. But I mean, that's just me making light of a shit situation. But I like to think that I don't have an agenda, so. But yeah, at some point, the wheels really come off. But I was all for Joe Biden. I said I hope he gets in, because if we got to do another term of, Trump, the world is going to fucking melt. And the U.S. needs to be concerned. They really do need to be concerned. Someone like that could erode whatever perceived power that they might have, because as soon as everyone thinks you're a fucking idiot, you're done. You got nothing left. Pack it in, show's over. You're not getting any respect anywhere, and when countries start to disrespect you, you're gonna get fucked. Short, sweet, and simple. And with big daddies out there like China and everything, just maybe that's not their their reason for being. But I mean, they will capitalize on an opportunity with the best of them. And I don't want to be living next door to the U.S. when someone decides that they shouldn't be in power anymore. And I say in power, I mean like they have a lot of sway, they generate a lot of business, they spend a lot of money, but they inadvertently influence a lot of the decisions because they either buy it out or flood it with something or stick a task group just off the shore of it until they decide to rethink their ways. I think it's amusing. But I mean, they really need to take it serious, right? You can't let yourself get turned into a joke because there's a lot at stake. I think maybe that's what the yokels are clinging to down there. I don't think I need any more stone. What's next on this list? A bone tree. Bone. Okay, I got a bone tree. After that, gravel. So I need to make a gravel acorn by crushing. Seriously? The fun part about this is it makes sense. It really does. I just want one dirt to shove into this basin. Squash it. Then I can use my clay-fired bucket to make a bucket of mud, which I guess I'll find a use for that later. Maybe. What am I doing? Oh, come on. Why are these separated? Make another bucket. It's probably gonna take 2 of those. Yeah. Sticks might have made more sense, I guess. I'm going to be storing a massive amount of stuff. If this is how this is going to go. Boy, that wind isn't letting up. How much of this stuff am I going to need? So, legend, your interest stops at grocery bags, eh? I'll antagonize you. Come on, brain, work. Fine. Poof. Nice. Very nice. Oh, God. Talk about movies that didn't need a sequel. Holy shit. I still need to watch it because it's so stupid. But, yeah. That movie definitely did not need a sequel. I don't hear that popping noise. Is my inventory full? Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. What can I get? Need to ditch some stuff. That was probably a bad idea. That was also probably a bad idea. These. And we'll hold on to those. I have no use for that. Or these. Or that. Where did the charcoal pieces come from? Did I do something stupid? It doesn't make any sense. Did anyone see me make charcoal pieces? It was weird. All in all, not a bad mod pack. I mean, I suppose it could be worse. I have to say, though, my buddy's mod pack is interesting. It feels a little bit like Tech Ages. But like not with the dumbness. Like they made it very challenging. They you can't make a stick. You have to beat trees to get sticks, I think. Like from the leaves. And then you have to make what were they? Drawing a blank here. It's like Firestarter, but like it has a special name. Kindling or something. Anyway, you rub these two things together, so you had to put one in your left hand, one in your right hand. And I'm gonna need food soon. I suppose I could use acorns. And then you could only get the fire to burn for a little while, and you could stick fuel onto it. You could put like a barbecue on top of it, or eventually like a kiln. But anything you put the fire next to that was flammable would catch fire. I'll do it here. Would possibly catch fire, so you'd end up burning your house down without noticing it. And there was a slew of very tedious things, like 9 items to make a single thing, but you needed 16 of them to make one of this other thing, and this thing was like the shittiest version of something, and you had to use that to upgrade it, but it would take 3 of them, and I mean, it was geometric, man. And I was like, I can't do this. So I kind of gave up. Now, I suppose if I got good, it would make it a bit better, but I was just so frustrated with it. I was like, this is so stupid. Now, his has some interesting mechanics. Certain materials only burn to a certain, like a maximum temperature. And I like that. I like that idea. I mean, if you really want to get hot, use kerosene. I'm saying from like a realistic standpoint. Like, wood will only get so hot when you burn it. Right? And it'll only last so long. And you can put gasoline there, and it burns hot, but it's very inefficient. Like, it doesn't burn fast. Like, it burns fast. Like, too fast almost. So if you want something to burn slower, Hype Stream. The fuck is this? That would be spam. Dropped in, posted a link, and then left. This must be a thankless job. Being a mod, like, not a mod, but whatever the equivalent is. Hey, Legend, do you know offhand how to delete a specific message from this thing? Like, do I need to make myself a mod or something? Ban Dragon Monster Official. Yeah, that'll work. I'll figure this Twitch thing out yet. Tons of gravel. What's the next thing I need to make? Cotton. So I'm gonna need clay and bone. Cotton and sand. Coton with tea. jungle sapling. Jungle sapling. That's what I'm going to use the mud for. So I'm going to dump 1 bottle. I think there's 4 bottles in a bucket. So I have it. Waste not, want not. Nice, I can use the bucket. It's only if you forge something with it. Is it? Some clay saplings. There we go. Good. Wait a minute. There we go. Can the lightning hit me down here? Cotton. Jungle sapling. This is such an interesting process. So I stopped dirt to make mud. I used the mud and a clay sapling to make a jungle tree. I used the jungle tree to make whatever the hell this is. Vines. And you know what? That actually makes sense. And go. Oh, there's a percentage. And Mike. Boom, baby. Let's tuck all of this stuff out of the way. So cottonwood. Cotton, and the other one was... I don't want to go back and look. It's the easiest thing to do, but I will remember. Palm. If you don't use your brain, it's a palm tree. Oh, sand. In my defense, that's what I read. So, squash, gravel, acorns. Okay, bucket. Why can I not stack these? I don't know why I asked that question. I know the answer. Because you can't stack it in any other. Like buckets of water don't stack. Just a cottonwood seedling. Now I'll have my sand seedling. So let's go out this way. Cotton. wood here. Go make some dirt. Really? That's all I get? That was easy. Now you! Grow! Ugly. Yeah, that was a Daniel Tiger reference. That was about boogly boogly. I'm not a crook. Anyway, back to my rant about people with too much money. I just don't know why you can't try and make the world a better place. Like, I've been reading a lot of stuff about Keanu Reeves lately. And I'm like, this guy sounds awesome. Like, he's not out buying super huge friggin' cars and buying islands and shit. Like, this is the continent, so I want this. He's such a normal sounding guy. And I mean, some of the stuff really sounds sensational. Like, I think one of the last things I read was something like on the scene of on the set of The Matrix or something like that, or maybe one of the more recent movies. He gave a whole bunch of people on the crew like thousands and thousands of dollars, you know, not just for the sake of giving it to them, but like he just said, listen, like these movies can't be made without you guys, and you're really important that you guys shouldn't really want for anything because you're all part of this. And like I was like, man, that's fucking awesome. And he looks at it and he says, you know what? I don't need millions. I got all the things that I want. I mean, what am I supposed to do with it? Like, I can't take it with me when I go. And he just puts it to good use, you know? And I'm thinking that's all you can really ask for. I would have to do it. I'm not going to be the fat cat that ends up, you know, sitting on it or whatever. Net worth hundreds of billions of dollars. That makes me want to throw up. You have way too much fucking money. Like Bezos. Now, I will give it credit to him. He has almost none of that in cash. But still, right? Prick. I mean, I can't say that he didn't earn it. I mean, at least he got the ball rolling and maintained it to reach that point. I can't fault the guy for that. But, you know, after about 10 billion, I'm like, I'm good. I'm better than good. I actually don't want any of this. But I mean, it's a different life, I guess. I mean, if you're that ambitious and you get to meet rock stars and hang out with like Warren Buffett and stuff like that, sure, yeah. I mean, it takes you back to. I can't remember what movie it was. I think it was like The Game or something like that. It's an oldish movie. Got to be like 30 years old, something like that. I want to say it was about like Wall Street bullshit. But I can't help but think that it was like rich people hunting like homeless people. Or like, you know, people with no ties, so like nobody would miss them. I hesitate to say that, like, but yeah, I mean that was the basic premise of it, I guess. I mean, I hope I'm not screwing up the movie reference here. But like, can you imagine just being that kind of a psychopath that ends up making that much money or whatever, that they get to the point where they're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna, what are you doing this weekend? You know, says, oh yeah, I'm gonna work in my garden. And then you ask them, hey, what are you gonna do? And they say, yeah, I'm gonna go hunt a human. And I'm like, that's fucking insane. So let's take a step back. That's not a realistic example. Oh, they hunt like endangered species. You know, because it's exhilarating or dangerous or something. And I'm like, just go climb a mountain where like the biggest downfall that could come from that is that you'll die. You know, you're not wiping out an animal for the next generation. You know, I'm trying to think of anything that our little guy wouldn't get to see, you know, in my lifetime. You know, not that I need anything to feel bad about, but I don't think I'm really explaining this right. Has anything become extinct in my lifetime such that I would not be able to show my little one? Like, you look at climate change. Okay, it's happening. Whether we're influencing it or not, I don't care. That's a debate for smarter people than me, or at least people who are more inclined. I find it hard to believe that we're not doing something with factories pumping gases and stuff out of their smokestacks into the airs and us clear-cutting rainforests and stuff like that. You know, it's a very compelling argument. But what has this done in such a way to prevent some kind of a species that I figured my little guy would think was fascinating, but then I'll say, well, you know what, buddy, you're only going to be able to see it in a book or on a movie. Because, you know, we, you know, maybe not us directly, but we definitely contributed to it. But destroying the habitat or the climate in which it exists. And now you'll never actually be able to see a live one. I'd be devastated. Such a letdown when you see their excitement on their face. And they're like, oh my god, that's so awesome. And then they got to turn to them and say, you know what, bud? I guess this film is the only version of it you'll ever get to see because, you know, we made our drinking bottles out of plastic. And back to recycling. That would just fucking kill me. Luckily, I can't think of an example. But I mean, if I ever do, I'll be the first to know. I had a spare crook in here somewhere. Probably take this too. Stash some of these trees. Clay, bone, petrified. that. Probably use that for something else. I will finally be able to make my bed. String. What? I can use the fucking leaves? Dehydrator. Okay, so that's not it. So if it's like clay, then it will make full-blown cotton. Oh shit. It'll make cotton amber. Yeah, get that. Now how many of these do I need? So how do I make this thing? I need a block of iron. What? What? So can't, what? I don't understand. String. So I can use it to make white wool. But in order to produce it, I need to dry cottonwood leaves. I think I need to make this squeezer. What? Oh, I would get that from bonsai? How do I make shears? I need iron bars for that. Apparently I need jungle wood. Oh, I can make it out of any type of wood. Okay. So I don't have enough sticks. Yes. There's a cottonwood tree. Show me. Cottonwood. Give me cottonwood. Gonna need to make another axe. Did I not get a sapling from that? Apparently not. So I'm gonna need probably another set of those. so much fun. Of course I took a screenshot. Who wouldn't? Okay. Look at all this string. I want more drying racks. I feel like there's something important. Yeah, we'll make 2 more. So you shagged off on me, legend. No hard feelings. Totally left me hanging. Not really. Thanks for popping by, though. Not that I'm starved for interactions with people or anything, but it is nice to shoot the shit every now and then. Especially while I'm doing something like this. I mean, I really do enjoy playing. But it's nice to have to be able to have a chat while I'm doing it. I think I will hold on to the stream. I honestly do not remember. Yeah, no. Oh my god. Do you see what this is? Oh, daylight, here I come. Spectacular. Next. I need to make tin amber. And finally, the coal tree. Tin amber. That's... Okay, so we need gravel and a bunch of resin. 2 of those. I think I can melt the amber. Can I smelt it? I might need a use for that. Coal. Coal tree? I need to burn a birch tree. How do I make a birch tree? I wash a sand sapling. I will want 4. Entire block of wood like that's probably overkill, but I think it would have taken 2 of almost anything else. I charred it, baby. And then I'll bring the coal trees around that way. Oh, like a boss. Let's pop this up here. Some saplings, some sap. What's next? Seem to be chugging through this pretty steadily. Tin. Pour molten tin over a birch sapling. Oh shit. I have clay, gravel, and sand, which means I think I need to tinker. Okay. Let's make some cobblestone. Oh, that's unfortunate. Did I stash it? I did not. What was I looking at that required flint? It's cave finder, spawn detector. Ah, tin amber, that's what it was. So I want to make gravel. That's all. This is so confusing. So the coal tree gives me coal pieces. And I'm assuming it takes 8 of those. Get rid of... Oops, hold on to that. Get rid of this. Don't need this. Can I eat one of these now? Interesting. Okay. Okay. I need to make a sand. I'm going to need a lot of those. Petrified. Okay. I guess I'll want the coal, but I mean, I can just turn the wood into charcoal, so what's the benefit of even having... What? What is the benefit of having coal if I can just make charcoal and pretty much do everything with it? I can make torches with it. I can burn it. It burns the same amount of time as coal. I mean, it's got to be something that's specifically for coal, right? Pitch this thing. Yeet. I do want to make a better axe. I think stone is probably going to be the trick. And I think I can make it using cobblestone. That's all I'm gonna get. Bone resin. Yeah. Nice. Only sleep at night. What is... Well, starting to fade. Probably call it in the next 20 minutes. I need to make grout. I'm grout. Really? Oh, it's a block of clay. Yeah, shit, yeah. I'm missing sand. So I need... Let's just put this over here. Yeah, I'll take that. What? I think the grout becomes a solid block. I should be able to do brick, right? I can't tell. I need to cut down more sand trees. Does that mean that I can... No, I want another load of grout. Sand. gave me on the post-date deathbed. The real question is, how do you know what people gave you on your deathbed? Wait a minute. I just answered my own question. On your deathbed means you're still alive. So of course people would bring nice stuff. I would argue they should bring nice stuff if you're dying too. That is kind of funny. It is kind of funny. I'm going to end up running off the side of this fucking thing. I am exhausted. Grout. Sand. Okay. I need gravel. Shit. I should have a bunch of petrified. What is that? Oh, come on. That's clay. That's gravel. Hmm. I am whipping around here like there's nobody's. Cobblestone. Yep, I think that's all she wrote, but I have to call it quits. Night, legend. Catch you next time. And good night, all.